Hi, I'm Evan Brock. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at Spangler Candy Company and excited to introduce new ghosted sweethearts with messages that disappeared just like your ex.
Boom. Love that. And so you send this to somebody that ghosted you? That's the goal here?
That's it. That's the goal.
I love it. We're going to talk more about that right now. Evan Brock, welcome to the Breaking and Entering News podcast here. How you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me, Gino.
We just did a fun 60-second news.
That was very
crushed
fun.
it.
Yeah, did my best.
It's nice and early here. It's about 9 o'clock now, but you got in about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. So we've been rocking and rolling here.
Yeah.
You got a big campaign that just launched, and we're going to talk about that. I want to get some understanding of your role and the company. So we'll go for about 20, 25 minutes and maybe get some information not inside the traditional ad trades.
Sure.
Maybe some behind the scenes stories and get some human truths out of you here. So how's that sound?
Human truths. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. High expectations.
Absolutely. Yeah. No human lies.
Okay. All right. No lies. Yep.
Love it. So introduce us, the audience here, to who you are and what your role is.
Yeah. I'm the Vice President of Marketing at the Spangler Candy Company. I've been with the company for 20 years now. And Spangler is it's a family-owned company founded in 1906. And I love it. I've loved my time there. I love the people there. We've got some really great candy brands that we make. Dum Dums is our biggest brand. Necco Wafers, which is one of the oldest candy brands in America, created in 1847. We've got Bit of Honey, created in 1924, so just turned 100 last year.
Love those.
And then we've got Sweethearts, created in 1902, and that's probably our most fun brand. That's the brand that we're launching the campaign here with.
This is what we're talking about today. I just had to give some love to the Bit of Honeys. We love them in this office.
Yep.
Tom brought some in.
Mm-hmm.
A great episode there.
Yeah,
these are fantastic.
Little chew to get you through.
You want one?
So, I already had my Bit of honey for the morning here.
Yeah, if we had one during the podcast, it would take some
time. Yeah, long lasting.
Some good ASMR. Yep. It would sound really good.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like the crunch of a sweetheart.
That's right.
So this is what we're talking about today. So you're VP of Marketing, so you're overseeing multiple brands within the Spangler Candy Company. That's correct, right?
Yes, that's right.
And it is September 2nd, and we're talking about sweethearts. What the heck is going on here? Because Valentine's Day is not. Do I need to start worrying about Valentine's Day? Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Can you give us some context on what just released?
Yeah. So for this Halloween, we've got a new LTO product. This is a online only product called Ghosted Sweethearts, and these are little boxes of sweethearts that don't have any messages on the hearts. They're all white, and the messages have disappeared just like your ex. That is the little tagline that goes along with them. But if you back up, Sweethearts, what we've learned about Sweethearts is that it can really have a voice on modern relationships. If we roll back the clock to 2024, we launched this box called Sweethearts Situationships.
Mm-hmm.
And these were boxes of sweethearts with blurry or misprinted relationships, messages as blurry as your relationship.
For sure.
So situationships was that dating term was really trending at the time, and we work with Tombras, who I'm sure we'll talk about on just kind of how to tap into that. But we came up with this just fun twist on the product that would really speak to that dating trend, situationships.
When was that released? That was 2024?
2024, yep.
And that was in time for the Valentine's Day season, right?
Yeah, correct. That aligned with the Valentine Day season, but it went viral. It really, people saw their love life in those hearts, and we got a ton of press. Stephen Colbert talked about it on his monologue the night before Valentine's Day. So it was a huge hit for us, and And just a key learning about the brand's ability to really, like I said, be a voice of the modern dater.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. So you did that, and then you saw the power of the brand entering the cultural conversation. And now this year, you have something kind of a new launch, which is Ghosted Sweethearts in the time for the Halloween season.
Yeah. So Ghosted Sweethearts, we did some research with Tombras, our creative agency, and we learned that 84% of Gen Z and millennials have been ghosted at some point, which is a believable but also kind of an unbelievable stat. So that was really kind of a key data point. But we were asking ourselves, after situationship, like, what's the next big dating trend that we can tap into? And this ghosted idea came up, and we knew instantly, like, we had to do something with it.
Right.
But there's a lot of unexpectedness in this product. It's not a Valentine's, which is, certainly the brand is known for, its iconic status during that holiday. There are no messages on the hearts. In this case, kind of, no message is the message. And they're available online, and very excited about this launch, and excited to see how people are going to react to it.
I love it. No, it's fantastic. I'm very curious into how you guys got to that idea, working with Tombras, which Ad Age's Agency of the Year. They're fantastic. Dooley's been on the show.
Yeah.
He's a pleasure to be around with, and really I want to understand, like, was this briefed, or was this a proactive idea? Is the brand world now adjusted to relationships and tapping into modern dating? Is it like, can you give me some context here how the idea came to be? Did you brief them?
Yeah.
Give me the rundown.
Yeah. This was really a pretty spontaneous idea. But Tombras is really kind of our cultural compass. Like, this is what we rely on these guys for. And, we got together with them. We briefed them on the brand. Mm-hmm. It's kind of our job. It's my job as a brand owner. It's our job, collectively as brand owners at Spangler, to understand what makes the brands tick. What is their identity, and to make sure that we defend that. But we need creative folks to help us amplify that identity, and to help us push it a little bit as well. And Tombras, they do a terrific job of really intersecting culture and brand truth. That's really kind of what those two. That's really kind of what they excel at. And the great thing about modern dating is, like, you're never going to run out of material.
No.
We're not exactly sure. We're excited about Ghosted Sweethearts. We're not sure exactly what the next idea might be, but like, there's no short of ideas when it comes to modern dating.
For sure. So I like this, but you have to give there's a lot of credit to you as a marketer and the brand owner of briefing the agency correctly at the beginning. When did you start working with Tombras?
We started working with Tombras in 2023.
Okay.
Was the first campaign.
Right, now they're starting to get to know you guys, push the boundaries a little bit, and understand the brand. And now you're starting to launch these, like, really, really, like, culturally relevant tentpole moments. I think it's really, really cool to see. But a lot of prep goes into that. And, so what did you say? Like, maybe about the brand identity of Sweetheart specifically. One more time.
Yeah. So when we met with Tombras, we walk them through really our understanding of the brand identity. And when we think about Tombras, or when we think about Sweethearts, we actually, and how it's positioned, we actually think, as strange as it's going to sound, we think about the ancient Greeks.
Oh, talk to me. This is fantastic.
So the ancient Greeks, these were kind of some of the original love experts, and they identified 7 different types of love. And I'm not going to try and pronounce all of the Greek words, but, for example, you've got, like, agape love, which is, like, unconditional. You have eros, which is, like, deep romantic love. But then you also have love, like the love between a parent and a child, or the love that exists between two really close friends, or long, like enduring, supportive love. So the Greeks identified these seven different types of love. Well, one of them was a love called ludus. And ludus it's a very playful, like innocent, fun-loving type of love, and that's what we associate with sweethearts. So, when we met with Tambras, we walked through that, and we said, hey, whatever we do, we need to kind of filter it through this ludus filter, right? Like, we need to be asking ourselves as we tap into these cultural moments, does it fit within that ludus realm of love? And that was kind of the foundation that we started to build off of.
Absolutely. And then they know, well, Valentine's Day is probably a key moment. Are there other key moments now? Halloween season, like, are there other key moments where you guys come to play?
Well, I think that's what we're trying to figure out here. This is one of the first times that the brand has really attempted to play outside of Halloween, but. Halloween is such a great candy season. It's the number one candy season by volume, which is probably not surprising. It's actually not the number one season by dollar sales. That's Easter, just because there's so much chocolate that's sold at Easter. But one of the trends that we're seeing this year in the candy industry is something called Summerween, where you just have people buying Halloween candy like earlier and earlier. Like the Halloween candy gets set. People go out, they like to see what's new, pick up some candy for themselves. But that's why we're dropping this Ghosted Sweethearts in September, because there's already, a lot of folks in the Halloween spirit buying candy. And Halloween, just as a season, is it's exploding with especially with Gen Z and millennials. The amount of candy that's being purchased continues to grow, but alongside it, more money, more dollars being spent on costumes, on parties, on celebrations. Halloween is just getting bigger and bigger. So. This is an opportunity for sweethearts to really tap into the biggest season of the year.
I love it. In that context, Easter is a good call too. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
As the chocolate candy sales.
Yeah. Great holiday. Yeah.
So this all makes sense to me. You establish the brand world, ludus love.
Mm-hmm.
I got to look into all these different types of love. This is an interesting lesson here. Maybe we'll have you on again. We'll just go in deep into all the different types of love. But like, you give them that identity, that world to play in. Because if you just say love, playful, and there's just so many interpretations of that, but having them focused on one vertical of the types of love is really interesting, which allows for good creative ideas, which leads me into this. I want to understand how did you react as the VP of marketing when they proposed this idea, the Ghosted Sweethearts? Was it an immediate yes? Was this idea 30? Did you see some wild stuff? Can we talk about some stuff that didn't get made too?
Yeah, like I said, as a brand owner, like, you want to align yourself with creative partners to kind of help you push the limits. But we knew right away with Ghosted that was going to be that's something we really needed to explore. But there were some other kind of wild ideas that Tambras that threw out there. They had this idea where. Sweethearts, we like to be, we like to be able to look at ourselves in the mirror, as a brand. And there's definitely a lot of people out there that love the taste of sweethearts. And there's also folks out there that thinks they taste like chalk. And we were like kicking this idea around, like, is there a way to make like edible chalk that would, that tastes like sweethearts, something a little self-deprecating, like along those lines.
That would be good for like a back to school.
Exactly. That's
Look at me.
Exactly.
So I know some stuff here. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So the edible chalk was an idea.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That was, that was one that we were very on the fence about, like, do we do something with that or not? I think we decided to kind of play it safe, on that particular idea. But yeah, this has been a fun product to make. manufacturing team really had a hard time with this product. Like, believe it or not.
Wouldn't they love this? Like,
yeah.
one less step here.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to put anything on it.
Right. Yeah. I got at least 4 calls from our production and engineering team saying, like, "Are you sure? Like, there is no printing on these ghosted sweethearts because, sweethearts generally they always get a message on them, and sweethearts are still they're still printed with like an old school printing plate, which is this is the same. It's really the same way that sweethearts were made in 1902.
Mm-hmm.
Now we figured out how to make them a little faster, certainly than what they did in 1902. But it still has the old school printing plate with the ink on it that comes down and prints each one of the hearts. But that's not the case for ghosted sweethearts, and it took a little bit to convince production that that's what we really wanted.
So the printing plate, I'm assuming, does like one of these?
Yep.
Slaps down, I'm slapping my hand down, and prints it on there. So in this situation, you just wouldn't have the printing plate go down.
There was just no printing plates, period, which was also confusing for our engineering team. They were like, "What? There's no printing plates? Like, then
just turn them off for a little bit.
Yeah, just turn them off. Just shut them off. Yeah, we don't need them."
How long are these going to be available for?
They disappear October 31st at 11:59. Just like just like your ghoster, poof, they're gone. So yeah.
Great. Way to hit that. That was good. That was really good. Great. What would you say? That's pretty much it. Any other context that we need? I was going to ask you, like, what kind of advice do you have for either like other marketing professionals that are listening to you or agency professionals about pushing the limit here and like exploring creativity?
Yeah, I think it does really go back to, your job as a brand owner is to understand the essence of that brand. And you're, as much as anything else, like you are a defender of that, like you are a protector, because, there are going to be, there's generally no shortage of ideas with brands, but you have to be the voice that says, hold on, a second here. Let's just make sure that this is a fit. But, Tomras has done a great job. Like and they understand the positioning of it as well. But, when you can get cultural truth and brand truth to kind of intersect, that's where the real magic happens. It's difficult to break through, obviously, as anybody in marketing knows, but that's really kind of the magic, is when you can get those two things to come together.
Next challenge for you all is to figure out this dating app world.
Yeah, that was in addition to just convincing the production team that there was no messages needed on these hearts. The other difficult thing was like when we were setting this thing up, like how do you reach these elusive ghosters, right? Like, so we have a website where you can buy the boxes, but we were like, well, if you don't know the address of your ghoster, which could be the case, like how do you signal to them that you know that they know that that they ghosted you? So anyway, we came up with the idea to for the purchaser, they can basically purchase a link that they can either email or text or send via a dating app to the person that they ghosted. So it's really a gift code so that they can redeem their box of ghosted sweethearts.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. That's smart play. Well, Evan, thank you so much. Shout out to Tomras. Shout out to you all for knowing the brand. And give me another pack of these right here. Ghosted Sweethearts, messages that disappeared like you did. It is 9 ounces here.
0.9 ounces. 0.9 ounces.
My bad there.
We don't want to oversell anything.
And you can even write on it. Started so sweet, then poof, gone.
Yeah.
To from. Great stuff here.
Right.
I'm going to eat one right now.
All right. Yes. Wintergreen. Icy Revenge.
All of it works so well.
Good crunch. Yeah.
How does that sound, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Nice work.
I bet.